www.mixnews.lv. Мультимедийный информационный портал.
Labrīt, godātie mediju pārstāvji. Vispirms gribēju pateikt paldies premjerministram Kamerona kungam par viņu vizīti Latvijā. Un jāatzīst, ka šī ir pirmā tiešām arī Lielbritānijas premjera divpusējā vizīte uz Latviju. Un, protams, tā saistīta arī ar Ziemeļu nākotnes fórumu, kas lielā mērā ir bijusi tieši Kamerona kunga iniciatīva. Gribēju pateikt arī paldies par šo iniciatīvu, jo tiešām tas ir ļāvis intensificēt sadarbību starp Lielbritāniju un Ziemeļu Baltijas valstīm un arī identificēt daudzas jomas, kurās mūsu valstīm ir kopīgas intereses. Šodienas tikšanās laikā pārunājām mūsu divpusējo sadarbību un jāatzīst, ka mūsu divpusējās politiskās attiecības ir ļoti labas. Mēs sadarbojamies daudzos jautājumos un pārunājam arī sadarbību ekonomikā, kur Lielbritānija ir viens no būtiskākajiem Latvijas tirdzniecības partneriem. Un uzskatām, ka šo potenciālu vajag attīstīt gan tirdzniecībā, gan arī investīcijās. Protams, no savas puses prezentē Latviju arī kā Lielbritānijas investīcijām interesantu zemi ar labvēlīgu uzņēmējdarbības vidi. Pārunājam sadarbību Eiropas Savienības ietvaros, kur arī mums valstīm ir daudz kopīgi nostāja attiecībā uz Eiropas Savienības vienotā tirgus stiprināšanu, uz Eiropas Savienības konkurētspējas stiprināšanu, uz ārējās tirdzniecības veicināšanu, tā skaitā pašreiz strādājot pie Eiropas Savienības ASV brīvās tirdzniecības līgumu. Pārunājam arī sadarbību NATO ietvaros, tā skaitā Ziemeļu distribūcijas tīkla jautājums, kur arī Lielbritānija ir viena no valstīm, kas izmanto Latvijas nodrošināto Ziemeļu distribūcijas tīklu, un pašreiz uzskatām, ka intensīvāk jāstrādā jau pie reversējām kravu plūsmām un jādomā arī par potenciālo šī maršruta komercializēšanu. Un tāpat no savas puses uzrunāja jautājumu par Latvijas kandidatūru OECD un saņēmu arī Lielbritānijas atbalstu Latvijai šajā jautājumā, jo tuvākajos mēnešos OECD arī būs jānonāk līdz lēmumu pieņemšanai attiecībā uz paplašināšanos. Līdz ar to vēlreiz gribēju pateikt paldies Kamerona kungam par viņa vizīti un ceru, ka tā tiešām dos arī papildus impulsu arī Latvijas-Lielbritānijas attiecībās. Paldies!
Paldies. Mr. Cameron, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Prime Minister. I'm delighted to be here in Riga and delighted to have had these meetings with you this morning. I'm also pleased that we're having this, the third meeting of the Northern Futures Forum. I do think that the United Kingdom and the Nordic and Baltic countries, we have common interests, we have common agendas, we also face many of the same challenges, and I think these sorts of fora where we come up with fresh, new ideas for how we meet these challenges is an excellent setting. But I'm particularly delighted to be the first British Prime Minister to make a bilateral visit to Latvia. I'm very proud of the part that my country has played in backing and always supporting Latvian independence, and I think we can deepen the relations that we have. We've had good discussions on the economic challenges that we both face, how we can work together to make the European Union more competitive, more flexible, more accountable to its citizens. And on foreign affairs, we've had a good discussion on Afghanistan, where we're both working to ensure the security both of that country, but also the security of our own countries too. On the economy, we both talked about how we are competing in a global race, how we need to tackle deficits, how we need to rebalance our economies. I am very impressed with what Prime Minister Dombrovskis has achieved here in Latvia, with one of the fastest growth rates in the European Union, and with an excellent record on reducing deficit and debt. We've talked about how we can boost trade between our two countries. UK exports to Latvia grew almost 40% in 2011. Inward investment from Latvia into the UK was up by a third, but there's still more that we can do, and we've discussed that, including the potential for British engineering companies to play a part in the €3.5 billion Rail Baltic project. On Europe, we've agreed that we should work together to push a reform agenda in the EU to help drive economic growth. That means cutting red tape, it means completing the single market, especially in digital and in services, and we'll be discussing that at our summit later. We want to secure an ambitious free trade agenda, linking Europe to the fastest growing economies in the world, and also pushing the EU-US trade agreement, which could be a massive stimulus to the world economy. We also discussed the EU budget deal and agreed the importance of our members of the European Parliament backing the historic deal that we made this month. It's been a very useful meeting. We're two like-minded countries. We face many of the same challenges, and we're absolutely agreed on so many of the steps that are needed for successful economic growth that is pro-jobs, pro-enterprise, something that is good for Latvia, good for the United Kingdom. So thank you again for the very warm welcome you've given to me and my team.
Thank you, Mr. Cameron. Mums ir laiks dažiem jautājumiem. Tad saksim, Latvijas televīzija.
Good morning, Prime Ministers. My name is Lieve Rauchvargere. I'm from Latvian Public Television. Mr. Cameron, a little while ago you made a very loud statement that there are a lot of problems in the European Union and that there even might be a referendum whether to stay in the Union or not, whereas Latvia is planning to even tighten our bonds with the European Union by possibly joining the Eurozone next year. So doesn't that mean that we still have different vision of the future of Europe, and in that context, what exact projects or cooperation do you see between our countries? Thank you.
Well, I think the cooperation between our countries is, there's bilateral cooperation where we should be cooperating on trade and investment both ways, but there's also cooperation within the European Union, and of course, Latvia is making the decision to join the single currency. That is your decision as a sovereign country, a decision that you're fully entitled to make. Britain will not be joining the euro. But the whole point of my speech about the European Union, and I think this is an approach that Prime Minister Dombrovskis would share, is that we shouldn't be asking every European country to do exactly the same thing in exactly the same way at exactly the same time. If we want to have a successful, open, flexible Europe that can appeal to new members to join it, then I think it's particularly important we make sure it remains flexible. Britain is at the heart of the single market. It was a project that we very much drove, and we think it's the most successful part of Europe as we look at the European Union today. So we're at the heart of the single market, but we're not a member of the Schengen Agreement. We maintain our own borders, and we're not a member of the Eurozone. We maintain our own currency and our own independent economic policy. But I think it's right that countries within the European Union can make these choices, and I think that a union that has flexibility actually is more likely to be successful and strong than one that insists on a one-size-fits-all process. And I think we had good discussions about this morning.
Paldies. Lūdzu, nākamais jautājums Diana.
Jautājums Dombrovskis kungam. Kamerona kungs uzsvēra Eiropas globālās konkurētspējas veicināšanu. Es gribēju pajautāt, kā jūs vērtējat Eiropas globālo konkurētspēju un ko vajadzētu darīt, lai to palielinātu? Paldies.
Jā, runājot par Eiropas globālo konkurētspēju, jāatzīst, ka šeit mums tiešām viedokļi sakrīt. Un jāatzīst arī, ka jau pirms apmēram 2 gadiem mēs esam arī kopīgi nosūtījuši vēstuli gan Eiropas komisijai, gan Eiropas Savienības padomei, kurā uzsveram tos būtiskos jautājumus, kas mūsuprāt ir darām konkurētspējas stiprināšanai. Es jau pieminēju šo jautājumu par Eiropas Savienības iekšējā tirgus attīstību, un ja attiecībā uz precēm mēs varam teikt, ka tas tiešām labi funkcionē, tad attiecībā uz pakalpojumiem tas, diemžēl, pilnībā vēl nefunkcionē. Un šeit ir tālākais izaugsmes potenciāls, un attiecībā uz IT nozari mums ir jāsacina, ka mums ir ļoti fragmentēts digitālais tirgus, un līdz ar to mums būtu jāstrādā arī pie digitālā iekšējā tirgus attīstības, un tā ir īstenībā arī viena no šodienas fóruma tēmām, tieši šo digitālo jautājumu attīstība. Tāpat mums jāstrādā pie jautājumiem attiecībā uz enerģētiku, uz Eiropas infrastruktūru, Eiropas starpsavienojumiem, un tā skaitā jārisina jautājums, kā arī zaļo ekonomiku, ar kuru Eiropas Savienība pamatot lepojas ar tām politikām, kur Eiropas Savienība tiešām ir faktiski pasaules priekšgalā. Bet vienlaicīgi mums ir jādomā, kā šo zaļo ekonomiku padarīt arī ekonomiski dzīvotspējīgi. Mēs redzam arī Latvijas piemērā ar to pašu obligāto iepirkumu komponenti, ka tas reizēm var radīt zināmas problēmas ar savukārt valsts ekonomiskās attīstības mērķiem. Līdz ar to darāmā pie šajos jautājumos Eiropā ir ļoti daudz. Es pieminēju tikai dažus aspektus, varētu pieminēt arī šo starptautisko tirdzniecību, zinātni, inovācijas, zināšanu pārnese no teiksim, akadēmiskās vides uz tautsaimniecību. Ir ļoti daudz jautājumu, kuros mums tiešām ir jāstrādā un kurus atrisinot mēs varam panākt daudz labāks un stabilāks Eiropas Savienības pieauguma temps nekā pašreiz.
Paldies. Mr. Cameron, would you like to take another question?
Yes. Peter Dominiczak from the Daily Telegraph. Prime Minister, are you disappointed in the decision taken in Brussels to cap bankers' bonuses? Do you think it could damage the City of London, and does it stiffen your resolve to claw back powers from the EU? Can I also ask, Latvia has corporation and capital gains tax of 15% and a flat tax on income of 25%. If you were running a Conservative government, would the UK's tax regime look more like Latvia's?
Well, first of all, on the negotiations in Brussels on bank regulation, make a couple of points clear. First of all, Britain wants to have effective bank regulation. One of the failures under the last government was the failure of having effective bank regulation. We will look carefully at the outcome of the negotiations last night. I think there are a couple of important points to bear in mind. First of all, we are absolutely clear that we must be able to implement the Vickers plan in the UK, which in some ways is tougher than regulations that are being put in place in other European countries. We want to have this proper ring fence between retail banks and investment banks, and the rules must allow that to happen. I think that is very important. The second thing is that we do have in the UK, and not every other European country has this, we have major international banks that are based in the UK but have branches and activities all over the world. And we need to make sure that regulation put in place in Brussels is flexible enough to allow those banks to continue competing and succeeding while being located in the UK. So we'll look carefully at what the outcome of the negotiations was before working out the approach we'll take at ECOFIN next week. As for the very attractive sounding Latvian tax system, obviously there are advantages if you are able to sort of redesign your tax system when you achieve your independence and start, as it were, not from scratch, but start with a wholly new approach. But the idea of flatter and simpler tax rates and tax systems has its attractions. We have been able to do that in some cases in the UK. For instance, our corporation tax rate is heading down towards 21%. And there was a report by KPMG just this week saying that in the course of just 3 years, the UK has gone from having one of the least competitive corporate tax systems to having one of the most competitive corporate tax systems. So we have made good progress on that front. Final question, I think, from Sky. Well, obviously these are serious issues and serious matters, and they need to be taken seriously. The Liberal Democrat Party have set up 2 inquiries into this issue. I think we have to let those inquiries take place and make sure that, as I've said before, that they get to the bottom of these very important allegations.
www.lixnews.lv Мультимедийный информационный портал.